Hello everyone, I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and welcome to today's video. Today I've curated 7 fragrances, or picked out 7 fragrances that I think are perfect for the busy man's lifestyle. What do I mean by that? Well, what's the one commodity that we always complain we wish we had more of? Time, right? These fragrances say about you that you took the time even though you didn't take the time. So these are the perfect fragrances for the man with the busy lifestyle, and that's why I call them no-brainer offerings. So when we return, we're going to go over each one of these 7 fragrances, why you should own them, that and more. So stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. So we're not going to go through these 7 fragrances for the busy man's lifestyle in a top 7 style. We're just going to go through them each in a way that really I took them off the shelf. The very first fragrance came out in 2010. It is from the house of Lacoste. It's one of those fragrances that you can wear not only casually, but there's a little bit of spiff involved in this one. It's L1212 Blanc, or Eau de Lacoste Blanc, as some call it. This one here has a really nice citric opening. Grapefruit, cardamom, rosemary, cedar leaf in the top. You've got ylang ylang, you've got frankincense, you've got tuberose in the heart, resting on a base of vetiver, suede, cedarwood, and an aroma chemical called Georgia wood, which is just a really woody type fragrance. So this one has the best of all worlds, really Lacoste's attempt at creating a signature scent. It's really mass appealing, crowd pleasing. There's something in this fragrance for everyone, and yet there's nothing that's challenging. There's nothing offensive or triggering or arresting, in other words, about this fragrance. This is the perfect fragrance to grab when you're in a super hurry, a super rush in the morning, and yet you want your fragrance to say, hey, I took the time, even when you didn't. That is Lacoste L1212 Blanc. This next fragrance came out in 2012. It's from the house of Prada. It is none other than Prada Luna Rossa, the OG fragrance. This one says that you're the eponymous professional, and yet you have a lightly playful side. This one definitely falls into the category of mass appealing and crowd pleasing, and yet I've not met a woman that hasn't fallen in love with the fragrance. Whether it's on me or directly out of the bottle, that bitter orange is something that just all women love. So saying that, I'm also saying it's great as a date night fragrance. Prada Luna Rossa opens with a beautiful bitter orange accord along with lavender absolute. In the heart though, you get a spicy minty, you've got clary sage and nana mint, and it's resting on a base of ambrette seed absolute and that nice aroma chemical that is in almost every man's modern fragrance, ambroxan. And that's really what gives this the legs or the projection, the longevity, the performance. It is a fantastic performing fragrance, super bright, super mood elevating. This one again, super versatile. You can use it in almost any situation. You can dress up with this one, you can wear it casually, and again, it's great for date nights. Prada Luna Rossa. Our next fragrance is relatively new to the scene. It came out in 2019. When it was first released from the house of Hugo Boss, it was a little bit cost prohibitive, but right now you can get it at discounters for what I really think it's worth, 40 bucks or less, and Hugo Reversed. This is one of those fragrances you don't really realize how good it is until you bust it out of the bottle again and spray it on. You're like, wow, this really is kind of unique. You know, when you smell a guy walks by you, you smell his wake, you smell maybe Sauvage, maybe you smell Aventus or an Aventus clone, you're like, ah, that's nice, but it would be nice to be a little bit unique, is where this comes in. You've got bergamot and grapefruit in the top, you've got a rosemary and pamplewood heart resting on a base of Haitian vetiver. So you've got that nice, unique masculine quality about it that's lightly sweet but not over the edge, and then you've got that dry, elegant vetiver surrounding or creating an envelope around this fragrance that makes it kind of a unique fragrance from others out there. So it is a quick, easy grab. There's nothing challenging. There's nothing triggering about this fragrance. It's not gonna be a good date night fragrance, so maybe not for that so much. This one says you gave some thought to what you're gonna wear and you wanted to be a little bit different and a little bit unique without giving it any time. Fantastic, easy, quick grab for the man on the run, Hugo Reversed. This next fragrance has been historically one that people have recommended for younger people, but I posit that it's good for anyone of any age, especially the guy that's on the run, looking for a little bit of a wingman in his fragrance to promote him and self-promote him without actually spending the time to pick it out. Versace Man Eau Fraiche. This came out in 2006, but it's definitely not got a dated DNA. Rosewood, starfruit, and lemon in the top. You've got tarragon, you've got cedar leaf, and clary sage in the heart, resting on a base of musk, plane tree wood, and ambroxan. So it's got a nice woody base, but primarily what you're getting out of this is that infusion of spices. So it's got kind of a little bit of a peppery bite, this one. As an Eau Fraiche says that I want to be fresh, I want to be different, but I don't want to slap you in the face with it. I want it to be a little bit more subtle. So while not being a skin scent, this is a subtle recognition of your sophistication, of your elegance, of your taking the quote-unquote time to pick something out that promotes you in a way that is supremely positive. Classic man's fragrance, Versace Man Eau Fraiche. Our next quick grab offering for the man on the go is also relatively new to the scene. It is from the house of Givenchy though, a house that's proven itself and a line that has proven itself. Givenchy Gentleman Cologne. Now the name isn't actually on the bottle, it just says Givenchy Gentleman, but it's easily recognizable. Just think of a white tailored Italian suit, and that's the bottle style that you're gonna find. Now this one is one of my best quick, easy grabs for on the go. Now this one is a relatively new bottle. The 50 ml bottle that I have is almost out, but this is my backup bottle. I've grabbed it so many times in the morning for a quick, refreshing burst of wakefulness. You know how you get that energizing wakeful effect from a Starbucks double shot? This has the same effect, only in fragrance form. You've got a wonderful bright opening of a trifecta with bergamot, lemon, and rosemary. And of course it has that iris heart, that iris which is in the DNA of all of the gentleman fragrances, resting on a base of a very elegant, sophisticated vetiver and musk. There's no situation that you can face that this won't make better, whether it's the first day on the job or whether it's an interview. I highly recommend Givenchy Gentleman Cologne. Answering that age-old question, can a citric or a bright citrus fragrance have a little bit of a dark heart and also be a little bit unique rather than falling into the category of the bargain basement bin of all generic blue fragrances? Answering that question, a resounding yes, is YSL's Y Eau Fraiche. Y Eau Fraiche came out in 2020, so it's not that old. Again, another newcomer to the arsenal of fragrances for men on the run. This one is a fantastic quick grab and go. If you want something that has a youthful, invigorating spirit, I often call it a lemonade stand in a bottle because it has such a bright infusion of fruits, including a bright lemon. If you want a mood elevator, if you want something that promotes you as a bright, sunny disposition, somebody has, lots of ideas and someone that's always coming at you with something creative and something new, this is the fragrance that you want. Again, you don't have to put any thought to it. It's a no-brainer. Just have it close by on your nightstand, have it in the bathroom where you shave. Fantastic, quick, easy reach for the man on the go. That bright open trifecta of lemon, ginger, and pepper does a wonderful job of waking you up and promoting this fragrance as a mood elevator. Geranium, peppermint, juniper, and lavender make up the heart, and then you get a little bit of a darker element to this with the cedar wood and frankincense, which is the base that it's resting on. So if you want something, again, to elevate your mood, to lift your spirit, YSL, Yves Saint Laurent, Y Eau Fraiche. Highly recommend. This last fragrance that we're talking about is a quick, easy grab for the man on the go, is one of my favorite fragrances, and I had to get the big bottle. It's from the Hugo Boss line of Boss Bottle. I did a video called The Wild and Wonderful Whites of Zest Dominion. I don't know, it's the weirdest name ever, but it was based on a movie that was on Netflix at one time. Anyway, I'll leave the link above if you want to check that out and you can hear the rest of the story, but this fragrance was among them because it's such a fantastic fragrance. It has what I call in it fringe notes. Fringe notes take you on the very edge or the very verge of where you want to go in terms of vegetal, herbaceous, mineralic, ozonic, aquatic. It's got like the best of all of those worlds within this fragrance without going over the edge of the Niagara, without going into that challenging, triggering territory where you just don't like something. Mint, violet leaf, and grapefruit in the top. You've got rose, pineapple, and cinnamon in the heart. You've got cistus, musk, and sandalwood on the base. The basis this is resting on. Such a wonderful infusion of notes, and they're all in the right balance. So this is a supremely balanced fragrance. This is one of those that I wear more for myself than I do for other people. But if you want to wear something that says, hey, I took the time to pick out something that I think you would like, if you want a fragrance to say that even when you didn't take the time, this is the one that will do it. And again, that's why I bought the 6.7 ounce bottle, because I go through it like crazy. It is a fantastic representation for who you are, who you want to be. It dresses itself up very nicely. Suit and tie works really, really well. You can dress it semi-formally, but also casually. It's just one of those feel-good, mood-elevating fragrances that's great for any time, any kind of weather, any kind of circumstance. Boss Bottled Unlimited, thus the Unlimited. Well guys, I hope you've enjoyed these 7 fragrances. They're perfect for crowd-pleasing, mass-appealing, mood-elevating fragrances that are great for any situation. So there are a ton of them out there. There are a lot of fragrances that would work almost equally as well. I feel like these have some special qualities about them though. Tell me what your experience with them has been like if you do use these fragrances. If you feel like others belong in this list, tell me that as well. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out my fragrance list today. As always, thank you so much for your support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow.